Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ibrahim Ogundeko Adewale. I apologize for coming late. I was informed late and the flight was delayed. I just rushed into Abuja. Okay, and within the show, I want to just quickly go over the project I presented that was 2011 at the NSA conference. Now, the project is just about a solar-powered refrigerator with solar tracking incorporated for optimal power generation. I'm going to be very fast. I'll just give you a general overview of the project. Now, the idea, I might not follow the slides because I don't have so much time. Yeah, the idea of the project, the thought came in, and it was we have energy issues like we're all familiar with in this country. We're looking at using renewable energies to solve challenges we have in this country, and everybody is moving towards that direction. A lot of emission of greenhouse gases, using fossil fuels to generate energy. Then you have a lot of people in the tropical region, no electricity. How do they get their basic needs met, like refrigeration? And you now see people preserving food with a lot of salt and other methods that are detrimental to their health. So we decided to come up with a solar-powered refrigeration system. Now, this solar-powered refrigeration system it was not a maiden, as it were, but we wanted to see the feasibility and practicability of this project and optimize the productivity of this work. Now, this solar-powered refrigerator is a refrigerator that works with a variable speed compressor. Now, the idea of the variable speed compressor, I know some of us that are in refrigeration and air conditioning industry are familiar with these inverter compressors. That's the kind of compressors they use in the air conditioning system now. LG has its multi-V4 system, Samsung has its DVMS system where you have dual inverter compressors. And the idea of these inverter compressors is so that you can have a variable speed of a compressor, you can have very low starting current, because with solar energy, yes, we had to consider the fact that, okay, there are times when you don't have so much insolation from the sun. So how do you get to power when you have just little amount? Insolation is the amount of photons you get from the sun, and now that's what we use. That's what the solar panel can power the refrigerator, which is the load. So we decided to use a variable speed compressor. Now, this variable speed compressor has 4 different compressor speeds from 2,500 to 3,500 revolutions per minute. Now, what we just did was this: we fabricated the refrigerator from scratch, then got the compressor. Now, this compressor was connected to the circuit, and across the electronic circuit of the compressor, what we did was connected a potentiometer. Now, the potentiometer is a variable resistor, for those of us that know what a potentiometer is. Now, the function of the potentiometer is to vary across the circuit. It varies the compressor, so you can achieve different cooling rates. So at a compressor speed of about 2,000 revolutions per minute, for example, you have a particular rate of cooling. When I increase the compressor speed, I have a better cool jet, because the project is really very elaborate. Now, along the line, what we did was, sometimes you just get back home and you see your refrigerator is faulty. And then you call the technician. Most of them use rule of thumb, or most of them use, like we call Adewale. Some people use, they are used to it. Some they do over time. They say, okay, it's this, and it's trial and error. And most times it doesn't work. So what we did was, now, an LED light emitting diode, an LED bulb was connected across the a fault detection system, such that it has a frequency of blinking. Maybe there is thermal cutout, it has a frequency of blinking. So I give you my manufacturer's manual. I'm referring to my fault. Yeah, I believe you understand what I'm talking about. So that's a fault detection system in the refrigerator, which was solar powered part of the refrigerator. Now we're conversant with solar panels here and there. Now we have different kind of solar panels, and we have different capacities of solar panel. We use the monocrystalline solar panel. The challenge we had was this: the project was exhibited in Lagos. That was, I finished from the University of Lagos. That was where we started the project. And while we were doing the project, we needed the solar panel. That's why when you look at street light, you see that there is a particular angle you need to install your solar panel, and there is a particular direction it has to face for maximum insolation. Now, we did that, and we had a fixed solar panel, but we discovered, because the function of solar panel is to charge the battery. We use the deep cycle battery. A deep cycle battery is completely discharged, and it's a battery that has a lifespan that can be extended. Those of you that use inverter system and all those stuff at home, you see all those battery banks, they are deep cycle battery. So we use the deep cycle battery. So the solar panel charges the battery, at the same time powers the load. So, but what we discovered was it took a longer time to charge the battery when the solar panel was fixed. A conventional, a stationary solar panel in Lagos, considering the latitude of 6.2, is to face south. So it faced south, but it was not very effective. So we decided to incorporate a tracking system, a solar tracking mechanism. So took a microcontroller, programmed the microcontroller, and then you have one of the pictures. So programmed the microcontroller, then built a frame for the solar panel with a shaft in it and an electric motor. So the electric motor is connected to the microcontroller, and then on the solar panel I have LDRs, light dependent resistors, which are also connected to the microcontroller. And the function of the LDR is to, when it detects that there is a variation in the intensity of sunlight, it sends a message to the microcontroller. The microcontroller sends a message to the electric motor, and the electric motor sends a message to the the electric motor has a gear coming out of it, so it drives the gear, and then it tilts the solar panel to where it's going to get maximum insolation. And immediately the LDR senses maximum insolation, it sends a message back to the microcontroller, and the electric motor stops moving. So that was just the concept of the whole design. In summary, after the whole design, we carried out some analysis and comparison with the conventional refrigeration system. We discovered that the starting cost you see for a solar system is really very mind-blowing. But we discovered that for this project, after 15 years, after a payback analysis, we discovered that after 15 years, considering the cost of electricity then, and now we have 8 naira 22 kobo per kilowatt hour. That's for residential, and I think for commercial we have higher rates. So with the cost of electricity then, we discovered that in 15 years you get your money back. And these solar panels, they are really very effective, and they have long lifespan, 20 years for the monocrystalline, and you don't need servicing, except for in the mechanical system where you have the frame and all the electric motor and the gears that you do occasional servicing. So, but after the project, and because after the project I worked with some guys in Photo to do a similar project, and I also work with some students in Unilag recently. They are working on an hybrid system, wind and solar, and we improving and improving. So we discovered that we had a lot of unnecessary costs, because it was the first time we were doing the project. So it keeps getting better and getting better. So I am so sure that after much research, because I must really confess, after my presentation with NSC and I'd left the project, I just got the call that you need to come and present this project. So I had to just quickly put some things together. So, but I am pretty sure that with paying much attention to the project and more research and doing the work. Now, if I'm going to do this project, I have a direction. I know what to do and what not to do to cut costs. And now we have more efficient solar systems. The design and the hybrid solar panels are even more effective. Now, we also have better system of design. It's just for me to sit down and do your design and what to expect, and after one or two projects I expect to get a better result. Now I need to quickly add this. Now along the presentation, I can't remember his name, but sir, when you were doing your presentation, you said something noticed on a global scale. You know what this project has done? We are young engineers, so let me talk as a young engineer with us. Now, this project, you know, I started in oblivion because we didn't really know where we were going. My supervisor was just driving, let's do this, and at several points in time, we had several challenges. But you know, along the line, it gave me a passion in refrigeration and air conditioning industry. And as I came out of school, the project gave me fundamental knowledge. Last 2 months, I was in Dubai for a training, HVAC design essential training by ASHRAE, and I saw a lot of guys. I'm talking about getting noticed on a global scale. 5 of us came from Nigeria, and these are young engineers. It was a training for young engineers, and you know, they were so surprised that you have young engineers in Nigeria that are interested in all this. They were really amazed, and they were really, you know, they were surprised to see people from Nigeria, number one. And I now discovered that, you know, people's perception about us is we are still civilization. You know, but we need to change that. We need to change that. And most times, especially for those of us that are still in school, or those of us that just came out, it's not all about the money. It's about the passion. It's about, you know, trying to be in your environment, global scale, well, and then at home, locally. This thing drives you. It gives you a passion. Then you get committed to something that can lead to sustainable infrastructure. And Nigeria is a country that is fast growing, and several things are happening now. And I know we want to be part of this change. They always tell us we are the leaders of tomorrow. I was saying they told you when he was small, you were the leaders of tomorrow. When he became old, when he got married, you are the leaders of tomorrow. He said, when is this tomorrow going to come? Now tomorrow has come. And the truth is, I must tell you, the baton has been passed to us. We have a lot of work to do. Most of these things might look as if we are not really achieving much. Most of this technology that we used in these little projects, that's what I work with Samsung as a design engineer. So I see a lot of these things used in the factory to make the package thing that we see that this thing is very cool. So these are just the principles behind it. So when we get ourselves involved in all we improve, number two, contribute to the betterment of the economy. We are the ones that will
please, we can do better than that. You can all see the power of words. I was advising us, he was smarter than me. He took my time away with his word. We were all held spellbound. We are grateful. Thank you for your presentation. Please.